Buongiorno and welcome to my channel. My name is Stefania if you guys are new here. So today we are going to be playing with the new Jackie Aina palette. I was super excited about this one. And then we are also going to be playing with the new Fenty Pro Hydrating Foundation. So we're going to test the Fenty Hydrating one against the Fenty, I'm like non-hydrating, the matte one. So go ahead and comment down below which side of my face you think is which. We will also be doing a shade match type thing because I made sure to use the same shade in both to see if they are truly a match. I'll give you guys my thoughts on all of that and obviously do check-ins, all that good stuff. Please don't forget to subscribe before we get started. I really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video. All right, so we're gonna get started on the eyeballs first with my Jackie Aina palette. I practiced saying that multiple times. Because I can't say it for the life of me. But this is her collaboration with ABH. Obviously, I have dipped into this. I got it the other day and I was like, I'll do a first impression of the Anastasia palette, but it didn't work out that way. My audio did not record, so I recorded for over an hour and a half, and it just sounds really, like, not that it sounds horrible without audio, but I know that everyone can tell a difference, and I use this app on my phone. It's the most difficult thing ever. All right, so we are gonna dip in. I'm not gonna do the same look I did the other day because I want it to be a little bit more interesting. So we're gonna dip into Supreme. So hopefully it turns out because I really love the look I did the other day, but yeah, you know, shit happens. That's it. But yeah, we are gonna try out the Fenty foundation. I'm really excited for that. It was really weird though. My Sephora didn't have all the shades in. So I think I'm around, what I have right now is 300, which is a tad, it kind of goes with my tan now that I tanned, but usually I'm a little bit lighter than that. And I want to try out the 290 shade, but they did not have it. But I was like, I'm not paying full price for this, especially considering we have a sale in a week. So just keep that in mind, people, when you're shopping this weekend. Like, might as well wait until the 19th. It's coming up. So that's why I was like, I'm going to go ahead and try it. And I'm going to try it on its own, but today I'm going to do half matte and half with the hydrating just to see if there's a difference. So we will see. And then eventually I want to do like a comparison of all the different foundations that I've tried out and kind of give you guys my thoughts on what's worth the money and what wears well the best now that I've had a good idea of the ABH foundation and the Pat McGrath. Like what I would actually recommend to you guys between the three, because there's a lot. I know Charlotte Tilbury's coming out with a foundation, and I was excited to try it before. I don't think I am going to though now. So I'm gonna dip into edges. I'm fine with just a little bit of pink, but I still, yeah, we're just gonna play today, all right? I feel, so I'm officially 29 now. It's a little depressing for me. I'm like, okay, one more year in my 20s. Where did they go? I think my husband was way more excited than I was. He has had baby fever for like the longest time. So I always said my 30s would be when I wanted to have kids. And now he's like, 30 is next year. We're having kids. I can't wait. Like he is counting down this year like no other. And I think I'm just not going to be one of those girls that ever has baby fever. I just don't think that's going to be me. I think it will be fine. Super nervous, and it is what it is, you know, but I'm sure it will be okay. I feel like I'm kind of alone in that right now with my group of friends where I'm just the only one that's like still not ready. I don't know, but he was really excited and he got me, I needed a straightener. He got me a straightener. I just don't know. He got me the dry bar one, which he's like really mad that I haven't used it yet, but it's only been a day. But you know, I only wash my hair like twice a week and I'm like, I don't need to wash it yet. I'll wash it tomorrow. But he got me a dry bar straightener. I'm gonna deepen this up with Credit, which is right here. So yeah, I haven't used it yet, but it's one of those that has the brush on it. So I'm really interested to see if that works. Please let me know if you guys have one. There's also the GHD one, I believe is the other brand that got really good reviews. but I'm scared it's not going to get my like little tiny curls like at the top of my head. I don't know. It's a very intriguing product, but I've always been like, there's no way that thing's going to work for me. Like, my hair is way too curly for that. So fingers crossed, because he's like really, now he's like super nervous about it. He watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos about it, which I was cracking up with. He's like, oh, I should have done this before I went. He's like, I hope it works. If not, we'll get the GHD one. Like, he gets super nervous about gifts and whether or not I like them, because I'm picky, but it's not like I'm picky on purpose. Like, I always feel bad because I know that my mom, whenever she tries, I'm usually like, oh no, this is not what I wanted, you know? I don't say it like that or anything. I'm not rude. It's just, she'll ask me if I used it, and I'm like, she got me a zoodle maker for Christmas, and I'm like, I ain't never gonna use a zoodle maker. Zoodles are gross. Like, she thinks because I'm into health and fitness, I must like all these things, and I just don't, because they're mushy. So I have not used my zoodle maker. I just don't have the room for a lot of appliances is what it really comes down to, so we will see. All right. And then she did get me lights, though, this year for my birthday. So I added in another light. I didn't think I needed one, but let me know if you guys can tell a difference, because, of course, my goal is to always up my quality, hence the recording this all over again, you know? But, yeah, I feel old. I've been with Nick now for, like, almost all of my 20s. I met him, like, the week I turned 22, so it's crazy what's happening. Oh, my sister's calling. She's gonna have to wait. Katie, if you're watching this, I love you. I call you in a little bit. All right. I think for the eyeballs, I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease for the lid. Okay, and now I'm going to take Trust Issues, which is this shade, and I think I'm going with the red as well. So having used this palette now, since it's not the first impression, I really enjoy this palette. Like, I know that it looks similar to a lot of the Anastasia palettes, but like I said in previous videos, I really haven't bought a new palette since the Soft Glam. So I don't own a lot of the Anastasia palettes, but I think she did a great job with the color selection. I feel like this is like super, like this look I did the other day was like super glam and just so easy that like the formula, I really do like Anastasia's formula with stuff. So I will, like, I know I'll get a lot of use out of this palette. Like, sometimes the more like boring ones I end up using way more than like, say, like a rainbow palette or something like that. This is probably one of my favorite shades in the whole palette. I wanted to do my eyes first because I knew I'd be using glitter and getting some, like, you get a little bit of glitter fallout, but not bad by any means, but just be aware, of course, like the glitter is gonna have some type of fallout. All right, and then now I'm gonna go into the red shade, which is Wiggleless. And whoa, I didn't expect it to be that red. I have not obviously used this shade yet, but it is fine. It's really, really pretty though. I feel like this palette is going to be like perfect for holidays as well, because it does have a lot of golds and that red shade. Ooh, it's nice. Okay, so I kind of want to meld them together a little bit. I feel like it's too harsh of like that white into the red. So we are going to take a little tiny bit of Zam and just kind of pat that in between. I would say that this shade probably has the most fallout, but I am mad at it. It's okay. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I like that it's kind of more of like a, just looks better, okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and do my liner and wipe away this fallout so we can get onto the Fenty foundation. Okay, so let's go in with foundation. I primed my face with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer on both sides, so I didn't want to, you know, that way we can really see what happens. So on this side, we're going to go in with the original Fenty foundation. And like I said, this is shade 300. And we'll make sure to use a different brush as well. I've not really, I'm not going to lie. Let's see if they smell the same. Doesn't smell bad by any means. Like, I kind of wanted to try the Charlotte Tilbury foundation before, you know, we knew how many foundations were going to come out. But I don't like the sound of it. I don't like the scent of her products too much. Like, not enough to want it in my face one. I'm pretty sure hers are scented. I could be crazy and made that up in my head, but I'm pretty sure I don't love the sound of it or the smell. Jeez, that's Stefania. Why? All right. But the Jackie Aina palette, I am like loving. I'm really excited about it, even though I thought I would not be. But I really like the way that my eye look turned out, and I just think it's gonna be one of those like quick on the go palettes that I will like, that's like foolproof. You know what I mean? Like no matter what skill of makeup you're in, like you could use the palette. So not too much fallout, a little bit with the glitters, but same type of powder kick up that the Anastasia palettes like have. But yeah, all right. So that is the matte side. Okay, then on this side is obviously the hydrating one. So as you can see, like when you get samples, you get enough to try it out for a few days. So that's why I always recommend. I wanted to try out the same shade because that's like, is it a conspiracy theory? Like do the shade, because supposedly they match exactly the same, which if they do, that's great. They make it completely like easy to do. But we will actually see. I thought about doing this one versus the Anastasia hydrating one, but I kind of wanted to see if there was a big difference between the matte and the hydrating, just because, you know, why waste my money if they're not that different? So we will do a close-up in a second and see if we can tell if there's a difference. But they're not bad price range. They're $35. You get the same amount of product in both. The only big difference I would say price-wise that you would think like maybe would affect it is the packaging. So this comes with like the hydrating one is kind of like in a squeezy like toothpastey type thing, which I think the matte, like the clear bottle is much nicer. However, the other one's more practical as far as, you know, if you're traveling or just, you know, you'll get all the product out of it as well. So that is all I'm going to go in with. We're going to go in the same amount. Not going to give it any reason to not be able to test it exactly the same. Except for this dirty freaking mirror that I decided to pick up. All right, I'm gonna blend it down the neck. I'm keeping you guys nice and close in so you guys can like really see up close, and then I'll zoom you out. I think I got sunburned right at the top of my forehead. Like I didn't get sunburned at all, but I feel like the top of my forehead is a little awkward. Like I can see a line. All right, guys, so what do we think? This is the hydrating side, obviously, and this is the matte side. I wouldn't say, yeah, no, you can definitely see like my cheek obviously has a lot more shine than this side. Feel-wise, they don't feel that different. I could definitely see why this is more hydrating. Like this goes all the way down my face, whereas this side I feel like is matte. So that's a good sign. We're gonna do the rest of the face, kind of let it settle in, and then see what happens. Shade-wise though, they did not try to fool us. You know, they did make sure that one side is, you know, like the shade range does match. So if you have the Pro Filter or you know what shade you are, you will match the other shade. The shades do match pretty fine. Like, part of me was like, I felt like this side looked darker, but no, I don't think so. I think they're a perfect shade match. I'll swatch them side by side real quick too, you know, just for shits and giggles. I now understand why people need like little like spatulas and crap for their nails. Because I can't reach into anything with my freaking nails. It's a pain in the ass. Like my lip balm, I'm just like, ugh, getting skincare underneath my nails just freaks me out. I don't like it. But you guys can see the shades are exactly the same. So that's good. All right, I went ahead and did my concealer. I'm going to set my under eyes with some Fenty powder. Oh, this brush. This is my Wayne Goss brush. I think it's like the squirrel one. And, oh, it's the softest thing ever underneath my eyes. So, I'm not going to bake or anything. Just do a light little dusting. All right, so this is my face without it set. I am going to set the tiniest bit. So, I'm going to grab this big brush with my Fenty powder and just kind of do an all over, like, dusting. Just because I don't like the way bronzer goes on without it. So, this is all we're going to do. We're just going to do a very light feel. Both sides feel the same. Oh, my little hair clip. But yeah, so this is what we're working with. Let's go ahead and finish up the eyes. I'm going to pretty much just do the same exact thing I did in the crease on the lower lash line. So I'm going to pick up Credit. Actually, I'm going to pick up Pinker, which is this shade, because I haven't used it. I don't know how dark it is. And I'm just going to wipe everything else off on my hands and my legs. It's like after I get done with a makeup tutorial, like there's makeup everywhere. Have you guys, I feel like Euphoria is in every single new video that's popping up. It's like Euphoria. It's all Maddie too. Apparently no one else likes anyone else's makeup in that, just Maddie's. And everyone's like talking about how much they like her. So I'm not gonna lie, that show did not interest me at all. And then with all the people talking about it yesterday, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this show and see. We'll see how my eyes look with this. I don't love to do burgundy on the lower lash line because my eyes already turn red. I feel like these lashes are like really turning down my eyeballs and I don't like it. But they look even redder when I do this. So it's fine, whatever. But I just wasn't interested in the show in general. And then even just watching it, I don't really understand the hype behind it. Like I can't. And I like some weird shows, don't get me wrong. I really do. I'm going to buff this out with ginger. I kind of want more of a neutral color rather than just doing the whole pink thing. So, but I don't really get the hype behind it. It just, really, I feel like I'm watching a porn and like a porno mixed with some drugs. And yes, I agree that we don't, everything's always surrounded by women and seeing them naked, and then the show makes sure to you see a lot of weenies, and I don't want to see no more. I just does anyone else feel like that? Like, like guys are like, I want to see, like generally guys would love to see like women naked. I don't necessarily, I would rather see butts on men than yep, no. And I just find the whole show terrifying and depressing. Like if you have teenage kids, I'm sure the show would horrify you. Like, you'd be like, you're never leaving this house ever again. Which was true, because my mom definitely, like, if I wore, my mom was, like, like, I was not allowed to dress however I wanted. Okay, let's just put it that way. All right, for the inner corner, I'm going to go ahead and take Soleil, which is the very light gold shade. I love the way this look came out, though. I'm really happy with it so far. Foundation-wise, we won't know until we get in there, So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this Supreme shade, which is that light pink. I'm going to very lightly dip my blush brush into there. And it works really pretty, as long as you use the light hand. If you're obviously a little bit darker than me, you'll be fine. I don't like a lot of blush, but it works really well as a blush shade as well. And then I'll probably use a shade as a highlight too, but just gives a little bit of pinkiness. All right, moving right along here. All right, this is Beijing Gal from Fenty. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Euphoria, but like, I don't get why everyone loves to watch it. It also freaks me out to like, I don't like kind of like Stranger Things when they were like making out. I was like, oh, I feel like I just don't feel right about it. And that's how I feel about this. I know the characters aren't actually high schoolers or of high school age, but there's still a tiny part of me that's just like, I feel like I should not be watching this. Like, nope. I will probably still finish it though, because that's just how I am. But I really don't understand like this whole thing where everyone loves this show. All right, I'm not going to set my face because I want to see what the foundation does. I usually don't during my foundation like initial reviews. Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead in with Soleil, which is the same we used on the inner corner. And we're just going to pop this on as a highlight. Woohoo! Okay, went ahead and used Fenty's Uncuffed for the lips. I always forget how much I like this lip color. Anyways, so I will check in another hour. I feel like I'm like, I don't want to burp. But I just ate some pasta. My dad, he made such good food this weekend. Anyways, so this is how it's looking right now. Like I said, I didn't spray my face. I want to see how it sets. Usually the Do Your foundations like the Pat McGrath and the Anastasia so far, they may not look at least on my skin type, which is normal, it doesn't really start showing through it for at least like a half hour to an hour in. This has now been on my face probably for a half hour, but I honestly can't say that. I just like got so close to the mirror a few minutes ago to see what I thought. I wouldn't say so far that this side looks dewier than this. What do you guys think? Like, I'm not really seeing it so far, but like I said, maybe it just needs to kind of settle in and we will see. So I will do a check-in in like another hour and we'll go out into like natural lighting and see what's actually happening. But right now, I wouldn't say like there's a difference in terms of like how it feels on the face or even looks. Like, it still looks beautiful, but I don't notice that this side is extremely different than the way that this side looks in terms of hydrating dewiness. So we'll check in and we'll inspect closer. All right guys, so here we are at about 2 hours. It is loud, I am outside. I want to show you guys in sunlight what it looks like. I wouldn't say I feel like there's a difference between the sides. Like, this side is the dewy side, this side is the matte side. I don't really notice a difference. Maybe I'll tell with the footage. Right now I'm like blinded by the sun. But maybe my forehead looks a little bit shinier, but nothing else really. So let me know what you guys think. But so far, I don't know. I'm not noticing a huge difference. I still feel like it looks really nice. I love the way my skin turned out, but I can't tell as far as like the difference between hydrating and matte at this point. All right, I turned down my beauty lights. This is at the 3 hour mark, maybe 3.5. But again, like, this is the dewy side, this is the matte side, and I don't notice a huge difference. Like, maybe I'm crazy. Like I said, the only thing I can tell is maybe my forehead is a bit shinier, but I think that is about it. All right, guys, so that is it for this video. When talking about the Pro Filt'R foundation, the hydrating versus the matte, I honestly can't really tell. I mean, maybe I would obviously, like, if I had just tried on the hydrating one, I would have been like, oh, it's you know, it's hydrating, but I feel like against each other. Other than maybe like the textures of them, like neither one feels heavy on my face, and I feel like they're both beautiful foundations, but I wouldn't say that I feel like this gives a super dewy finish. That could also just be my skin type. I do have normal skin. So maybe if you are drier, it will appear more dewy on you. I mean, if you are, yeah, yes, that is what I meant. But as far as what I can tell, I don't really see a difference. Maybe you guys can. Definitely let me know in the comments down below. But it's still a beautiful foundation. I would buy it. You know, I will probably still pick it up, and I'm going to continue to wear it on its own. But I don't see a huge change from side to side. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what you guys think of this video and see if you guys can tell a difference, but I can't really tell that this side is supposed to be matte and this side is supposed to be dewy. I will do a comparison of all the foundations like I did talk about. In terms of the palettes, I am really enjoying this palette. I love that it's not velvet like the other palettes. It's not going to get as dirty, and I love the snakeskin print. I also feel like it is Jackie Aina for sure. Like, I love like the greens and the golds she put in here. Like, I feel like these are so like her colors. So I feel like it's something a little bit more unique than just a normal Anastasia palette. So congratulations, Jackie. I am so going to be using this in the future. I could use it as a blush, as a highlight, as, you know, even though I wouldn't do that on a normal basis, it's nice to know that I could travel with it and still have those options in there, especially if you have deeper skin tones. I'm sure you could use this for a lot of things. Yes, it is catered towards deeper skin tones, but I feel like it wouldn't matter. I feel like eyeshadows, if you wanted a lighter translucent shade, you could always reach for a different palette. But for me, I didn't feel like I needed any lighter shades in here. I'm very happy with this. Like, out of everything, this is like, I'm considering the other two palettes I just tried out, I wasn't a fan of. I'm really happy that I have a hit here. So let me know your guys' opinions. I can't wait to hear them and hear what you guys think. Yeah, this was interesting to do. So I'm a little bit like, I thought there would be a little bit more, but I am going to continue to wear it, and I'll let you guys know in the comments down below if maybe over the next like few hours something dramatic happens. But at this point, without setting my face, this is how it's looking. And like I said, again, always take into account like your skin type. If you were drier, I would still obviously go with the hydrating one. But to be honest, I feel like they're both beautiful finishes, and I don't see the huge difference between them. So that is it for me. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button if you like this type of video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.